Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Teixeira, and we are here today to start grammar of our Unit 5. Okay? So please grab your books, page 56. We are going to study adjectives and adverbs. When we talk about adjectives, we are describing someone or something. Adverbs we use to describe the verb. We have different kinds of adverbs. We have frequent adverbs, manner, place, time. When I talk about place, I have here, there, away, far. When I talk about time adverbs, now, yesterday, yet, already, today. Manner, carefully, slowly, and frequency, sometimes, usually, never. So those are the adverbs. So I want to review with you our grammar box. It's really important that you take a pen and take some notes. So the adverbs can be used in different positions. We can use them at the beginning of our sentence, we can use them in the middle of our sentence, or we can use them at the end of our sentence. Okay? So there are 3 positions to use our adverbs. Teacher, when we are going to use the adverbs at the beginning, okay? At the beginning of our sentence, so let's write here. First rule, primeira regrinha, when we talk about time, we can use at the beginning of our sentence. And when I have a comment adverb, I can use at the beginning of my sentence. Okay? Good. Great. Unfortunately, we have a test next week. This is a comment adverb. Yes? When I talk about time adverb, last week you did the second call. Okay? So I can use them at the beginning when I talk about time adverb and comment adverb. Good. Some adverbs we are going to use at the middle of our sentence. Which adverbs we are going to use at the middle of our sentence? Adverbs of frequency, it's common to use in the middle of our sentence. I sometimes do the homework. I usually read a book. Okay? So I can use them in the middle, like usually, never, always. I use in the middle of my sentence. I can also use some adverbs at the end of my sentence. Okay? It's common to be end of my sentence. I use manner adverbs. She sings beautifully. Okay? He acts suspiciously. Okay, manner adverbs. And when I talk about adverb phrase, we also use at the end. Okay? You can contact me anytime. Anytime is an adverb phrase. I work every day. Every day is an adverb phrase, teacher. So adverb phrase is an adverb that we have 2 words. That's it. Advérbio composto. Yes, 2 palavras, 3, to create this right here, right now. They are adverb phrase. So when we talk about adverbs, we can use them in 3 different positions. So remember, I can use them at the beginning of my sentence, in the beginning of my sentence, in the middle of my sentence, and at the end of my sentence. Okay. Now we are going to study a little bit about adjectives. As I told you, the adjectives are used to describe someone, something, a place, okay? When we talk about adjectives, they are divided in 2 categories. They are divided in gradable adjectives and non-gradable adjectives, okay? Gradable adjectives are the adjectives that we can write comparative and superlative form. I can intensify this adjective, ok? Eu consigo intensificá-lo, eu consigo acrescentar, por exemplo, muito, muito bonito, pouco interessante, ok? So when I talk about gradable adjectives, I can use some adverbs to intensify. For example, very nice, a bit difficult, extremely cold. Today is extremely cold. Quiet, interesting. So these are some adverbs that I use to intensify or not my adjective. Okay? So some adjectives are considered gradable, and when I talk about gradable adjectives, I can change them, okay? I can add some words that change the meaning of my adjective. These words are called adverbs, okay? Very is an adverb, a bit, extremely, okay? Now, when I talk about non-gradable adjectives, are the adjectives that they are in the extreme level. Eles já estão no nível máximo. Ok? Perfeito. Não posso dizer muito perfeito, for example. Ok? Então, esses são alguns adjetivos que nós chamamos de extreme adjectives. Extreme adjectives, is it possible to change the meaning adding very, for example, very perfect? It's not possible. So what words can I use in this situation? I can use absolutely perfect, completely perfect, totally perfectly. So you can use these adjectives in here to modify when I have a non-gradable adjective. Gradable adjectives, very, a bit, extremely, quite, rather, okay? And no gradable adjectives, aqueles adjetivos que já estão no extremo, ok? Ou seja, nós não conseguimos acrescentar o máximo. Por exemplo, furious, freezing, excellent. Can I say very excellent, for example? No. But I can say totally excellent, absolutely furious. Yes? Endless. When I talk about something that is long, very long, I can say that is endless. All right? Good. According to this, we are going to do some exercises. So let's review very fast. Adverbs, manner, time, frequency, gradable, I can use them at the beginning of our sentence, in the middle of our sentence, or at the end of my sentence. When we talk about adjectives, they are divided in two categories: gradable adjectives, the adjectives that I can say muito ou pouco, and no gradable adjectives are the adjectives that are in the high level, já estão super intensificados. Eu não posso dizer muito perfeito, muito congelante, for example. And we have some adverbs that we put to give emphasis, to emphasize these adjectives. When I have gradable adjectives, I can use a bit, extremely, quite, rather, and very. And no gradable adjectives, absolutely, completely, perfect. Okay, now let's do some exercises. In our exercise 1, we need to complete with an adjective, with an adverb. The crowd did respond when the referee abandoned the match. How do you think? Imagine here in Brazil, quando o juiz sai do jogo, abandona o jogo, how will people act? They will act angrily. The chief of police apologized for allowing the prisoners to escape. When we use apologize, it's like desculpar-se profundamente. How can I say this profundamente in English? Profusely. It's good to remember, guys, that lots of the adverbs finish with ly. Beautiful, beautifully. Friend, friendly. Angry, angrily. Okay? Quick, quickly. Slow, slowly. Almost all of them finish with ly when I have an adjective and then I create the adverb. The band performed, obviously hadn't rehearsed. Rehearse, ensaiado. Não tinham ensaiado. So how do they perform? They perform badly. The actor was angry at the criticism of her performance. So when I talk about angry, how do you think that someone feel when someone criticizes him or her? They are going to be very angry, extremely angry. We missed the last train and had to stay overnight in the hotel. So I'm going to use in here a comment adverb. Yes? Unfortunately. For example, you can use another comment adverb. Good. Now, let's do our exercise 2. In our exercise 2, we have the adjective, and you have to write like the extremely of this adjective. When I talk about tired, it is exhausted. Great, perfectly. Nervous, furious. When I talk about happy, which adjective comes to your mind? Delighted could be. Great. Hungry. Starving. Or maybe famished, that is faminto, esfomeado. Annoyed. Something that is annoyed. Foaming. That is irritante. You can write absolutely. Foaming. Irritante. Is the food okay? When you ask, is the food okay? We like to say, tá comível? I said this, I know that is comestível. But can you say comível when it's okay? It's not good. So how can I say this in English? Edible. Sorry, is with E. You can also say perfectly edible. When I say that something is bad, the holiday was not bad. The holiday was terrible. More than bad. It was terrible. And when something is really funny, is something hilarious. Okay? So these are some non-gradable adjectives. When we talk about non-gradable adjectives, são os adjetivos que já estão intensificados. Okay? Now we have a second grammar box. We have the adverbs part 2, adjectives and adverbs part 2. Okay? This one. Some adjectives which end in "ly", such as deadly, lively, friendly, cowardly, likely, lovely, lonely, elderly, cannot be used as adverbs. We need to create an adverbial phrase. When we talk about adverbial phrase, we mean that we need 2 words or more. Okay? Julian acts in a friendly way. In my opinion, Paula Fernandes has a lovely voice. Okay? So this is adverbial phrase. You need to add something here in the adjective. Lonely voice, unfriendly manner. Because these are adjectives, and when you want to use them as adverbs, you need to add something. Okay? Good. Some words can be both adverb, adjective. Often there is a similar adverb ending in "ly". Be careful, this often has a totally different meaning. For example, the word hard. Hard is an adjective, hard is an adverb, and hardly it's another adverb. Ok? Hard work, eu estou dando uma característica para o trabalho. Work hard, trabalho duro. Study hard, esse hard está caracterizando o verbo work. And hardly work, it is that seldom work. Okay? Almost never. In this case, hardly know him is the idea of I know a little about him. I can give you some examples with short. Short hair, it's an adjective. Yes? The car stopped short. I'm talking about that he stopped suddenly. The car stopped short. The car stopped suddenly. And when I say the pizza will be here shortly, The pizza will be here soon. So I have two different forms of short. So I told you short hair. The car stopped short, that is suddenly. The pizza will be here shortly, that is soon. Okay? Short adjective, short adverb, shortly adverb. The same can happen with late. I'm late. Okay? And when I say late work, that you did something that was a late work, atrasado. And when I talk about lately, is like recently. I have worked hard lately. Okay? So check. I'm late. Adjective is describing me. The show is late. It's an adverb of time. And here I have worked hard lately. It is recently, another adverb. So check adjective, adverb, adverb. The meaning here is totally different. This adverb means tarde, and this one, lately, means recently. Check here. We have high, highly, that is to talk about extremely. Okay, highly is extremely. Free. We have wide, that is widely. Widely, we can say that is like known widely, is by many people. Yes. And shortly, to talk about, as I told you, soon. Great. And according to it, we have some exercises to do. I'm going to do only exercise 3 because we don't have much time. We are going to use one adverb or adjective from the grammar box to complete. She didn't pass the test, but she can walk with her head held, de cabeça erguida, her head held high. In the hands of the wrong people, a car can be a weapon, deadly. This is an adjective. I can ask her to come to my party because I know her. I hardly know her. I will arrive home because there isn't a train until 11. I will arrive very late. The information is widely available. That means lots of people know it. Don't tell her how you really feel. We're talking about a boy and a girl. Cowardly. Have you seen Lois lately? How is she? I love that cafe. There's always a really friendly atmosphere, lovely atmosphere. We can use many options for this blank. Okay? Great. That's it. Next week we have our review, okay, to do. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.